So you can have heavy bleeding, continuous bleeding. You can get an infection. You can get the blood clot where a part of you, how is that described? A part is now clotted, and then you can have intestine injury and also injury to the baby. If the doctors didn't do the operation well, some of your body parts might end up not being properly placed also. I don't want to talk about that one. So, but these are some of the things. But we thank God they are trying to do it well. And then you might also have problems with getting pregnant in the future because of this. But these are less. Now let's go to the main topic. This one I can totally relate because experience they say is the best teacher. Abby. What happened during a cesarean session? Now only will go and I know. Nothing much. I don't think it takes up to an hour for a C-section to happen. I think I think when you get to the hospital, if there's a program one, it's a plan one, they can't just get to do it immediately for you. They ask to wait, except in those ones where they are already having the baby and like that. So in my case, I was asked to not to eat anything. That was how hunger wanted to kill me. I was even begging water, safe now water. And we stayed not eating anything, and then the next day it was supposed to be in the morning, but they said they had some meetings and we waited, and it happened in the afternoon, and then they came for us. Me and my baby, and they would totally use blade and scrape. When it's planned, you have to do that at home. They scrape that pubic hair, as in scrape it all out, and then you are taken to the theater where you are totally undressed. You will undress before you even get there, and make your hand put some things, your heartbeat, put some pipes for you to be able to urinate. And this is the difficult part, I think. They put some anesthetic injection behind. They have to inject you at your, what is it called, man? Your spinal cord. So it's like there's a particular target. Oh, that's the hardest one, and then they have to stay like this for it to totally get in properly. I think I was injected more than, because when you don't stay very well, the thing pours out immediately. But immediately that injection is able to get in, the rest is a bit easier because you totally become numb. You can't even lift your finger like this. You are totally cool. You are totally conscious of everything going around you, but you can't move a finger. And you feel that electrocuting shock from the anesthetic injection given to you. And then they put the curtain blocking you from seeing other part of your body. But you feel when the doctor goes shh, 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 you just know you are getting that cut. And then you feel when he pushes, and oh my god, you feel when he presses it in, when he pulling something out, you get those feelings, but it's not that painful. And then before you know it, the baby's out, your baby is shown to you, and like that. The thing that take a bit of time now is trying to make the stitches. Again, you see the pull and the push, you start feeling it when the needles are coming in and out. And that is it. You are stitched up. And after you are stitched up, your baby has been taken to another place to be taken care of. They are done, they clean up, they cover the place up immediately, and then you are taken to a room where you will be observed. After the observation, seeing that you are okay, doctors come to check if you can move right, if you are feeling pain here and there. And you are taken to another room where you can try walking around. As soon as the anesthetic is out of your body, you can try walking. And when you are in the observation, you totally have to try to breastfeed your baby. But sometimes because the injection is still having effect on your body, you can't really turn. So until you are able to, then you see the C-section. The difference there is that a woman that gives birth with a vagina will be able to sit properly, hold her baby. I think she feels the pain. I was telling somebody, you give birth with the vagina, you feel the pain before, because you walk to the hospital and you're like, You hear them shouting, you hear them shouting. But for the C-section, you totally walk in there on your own. Now coming out, you don't really have much strength to hold yourself, and then so, but still, you still have that road to place. That's what I'm saying. It's another route that requires a lot of courage. So I don't know why people feel that a woman that gives birth to a C-section is a lazy person. No, a person feeling pain and still struggling to take care of the life she has brought into the world. You don't want to do that. So you breastfeed your baby. You can stay in the hospital from the day you give birth to that 2 to 3 days or 4. And they check and everything is okay. You'll be discharged, given some medications to take, and for blood and all that. And then you can come in 3 to 6 weeks time for another checkup. You check, and then if everything is good, you are good to go. Thank God for everything, because in my case, that is how it was. But it's not an easy thing. Mostly for the first time, it was really painful. I think my body wasn't totally. It was painful because it was the first time, I think. The emotional feeling. Yeah. Even when you have a baby through vagina, there's a moment in, I think I should go and study that a bit. I think there's a moment in a woman's life routine you feel, that kind of mood swing you feel during pregnancy. A bit of that comes around after having the baby, and then let's not talk about that. I don't think I'm bold enough to talk about that yet. So that's what happened during a C-section. It doesn't take more than 40. I said it doesn't take up to an hour, and you are stitched up. You can stay in the hospital for 3 to 4 days before you are discharged, and then you are asked to wait for at least 18 to 24 months before trying to conceive again. So you see why I had to go for a CS again, because I don't think I waited this long. That's it. I don't know, was it me who waited, or I don't know. We thank God for everything. So that is it. After the CS session, you avoid carrying loads and like that. Just take it easy with yourself. I think for me, after it, what came, and one of the things I used to be so scared of was that cough. Although the third time I had it, it didn't come. There was this cough that you just I don't know if it happens to everybody, and you start feeling as if you are going to burst in there. And the pain in the anus when you pull. Those little things like that. So that's why you're asked to really avoid eating solid food. You're made to eat liquid food. In fact, before you go to the theater, you're not eating anything. When you come out, the only thing they give to you is Lipton and sugar to hold it down there for some time. You start taking liquid things until your body becomes, and then you start introducing gradually some other things to eat. That is just how it is. Everything, whether it's the vagina, whether it's the cesarean, it's just in God's hand. Now, I want to clarify on some myths about C-section, some conception people have about it. Yes, people say that. Some people, I think it's not common here in this part of the world, people say that it is safer than a C-section on the vaginal delivery. There is nothing that is not a risk. And like I said in the definition, it is a major surgery. It's not something not major that people can just gather and do for. It's counted among a major surgery. So I don't know why somebody will say that it is safer. If you are strong enough, if you don't have any medical reasons why you should go for a C-section, vaginal delivery should be the best one, because that is what the Creator gave to us. So it's far much better. And then they said because it reduces vaginal relapses, a condition where the vaginal walls become loose. Some people giving birth through vagina, their vagina become loose. There are exercises there you can go and do to put it together. I think it happens with everybody. With times, this thing happens. So you have to exercise your body. Kegels, they help you to put your body back together after having a baby, whether it's C-section or vaginal delivery. So, another myth is that a mother cannot have a baby through vagina after having a baby through C-section. if you follow through the process right, if you give a good distance gap, if you try, don't be like me. If you give a good distance gap, before having your next baby, I've seen people who give birth through vagina even after the C-section. So they also say that they think that when you give birth through a C-section, it is because you were so lazy that you couldn't push. Isn't that you're thinking? I say this is an heroic something because some of them, they know that it is important to save the life of the baby or both together, and they make that effort, and you say the person is too lazy to push. Who are you? Don't say that. It's not a good thing. It is something that has to be, it's medical. It's for a reason. So that is why it is done. And people think that it is something the doctors do to make more money. Maybe that is true. Maybe they opt for it for them to make more money. But when there is life, there is hope, baby. If the child and the mother are okay, our body, God has created it to heal perfectly well as long as we follow the directive. Let's leave that for God to judge. So we don't want to view the CS mom as a lazy person. No, please. I think that part of it really affected me. I remember after when I was having my baby through the C-section, I go to some. I think it's now that I did this session that I'm a bit relaxed talking about it. I will blame A, blame B, blame this I didn't do right, or blame this I didn't do that. Sometimes you find fault with a lot of things and you tend to forget the blessings that are in your hands to count. And many people, because of this feeling people make them have, they have ended up, when they hear C-section, they want to risk themselves and say, no, I'm not doing it, I'm doing it this way, and God forbid. So those thoughts should not be in our mind. We shouldn't think that a woman who has a C-section is a lazy person. No, she's an hero for trying to do whatever it is necessary of her to save her baby. And you can have a vaginal delivery after, if you give the time limit that is needed. And if it is true that the doctors do it just to improve their skills, better their skills, they advise you to go for it and to make more money, that is on them entirely. And if you think that the C-section is safer and better, you might be right. It might be safer and better for some people, depending on the age, the health condition, and like that. But so that is it. That is it about being a Cesarean mom. There's no big thing there about it, as long as we are in God's hand. You have to pray hard, whether you are having a baby through the vaginal delivery or through a C-section. Pray and tell God, please help me. I want to come out safely with my baby. Very important. And then follow the advice of the doctor so that your body can heal very well. And then you give all the glory and the praises to God for everything. So here I am, a baby of a CS mom with 3 kids. There's some things you're not there, you're not gonna know. So that is what we have to talk about today. Cesarean mom. What do you think? Do you have any point that I actually missed? Any point that you want to add there in the comment section? Please enlighten us more. I will be glad. And you know anyone who want to see or listen to this, please, let's all do it together. So thank you for staying with me. I'm so glad that you watched to the end. It's your girl prt2, and you are watching the Low Budget Baby Mom channel. Ciao.